Hi everyone and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I did a lot of stuff on Instagram and I wanted to change the platform. I wanted to come over to YouTube and start doing stuff over here because I want to do loads and loads of readings with you guys and give away a lot of stuff. So I thought I'd come over to YouTube for a bigger platform and an easier way of filming it and uploading. The third thing I wanted to do when I come over here was an unboxing because I do love an unboxing. I have taken a cellophane off this deck because it's not pretty when I try and do it on a live video. It's just awkward and no one wants to see that. You will be embarrassed for me, I promise you. I wanted to use this deck as my first deck to unbox because Rider Waite Smith is just, everyone knows it. It's a system that's used throughout the whole world in many different decks. I do use different systems with my medieval Scampini. I always try and call it royal Scampini. I don't know why that's in my head. I think it's because it's gold and really rich. So I have got the original Rider Waite Smith deck that I use a lot. And this did not bother me until someone pointed it out. I'm on a really good tarot group on Facebook and some person put up about this deck that I've got here, right? And I was like, oh, they're really nice, I like the pictures. And someone commented and say, yeah, they're borderless, so it don't distract from the artwork. And I've never thought about it before. I've been using this deck for a long time and I've been reading tarot for 10 years and borders have never bothered me. So I thought I'd order a borderless deck to see if it does change my world. Like I've said, I've been doing it for 10 years and it's never ever bothered me, or I don't believe that it's ever hindered my ability to read the cards. But let's have a look, because I do help people with tarot. I do teach people tarot, and it is something I've done for a long time. So I could be changing the whole tarot game for the people that I know with these cards. And this Facebook group, just honestly, the depth of knowledge on there. These are called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. I keep on going to call them something else, but that's definitely not their name. They come from Amazon, and I'm in love with the four in the front. I can never ever pronounce this production company, this printers, that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. I have a dark mirror deck that has exactly the same on it, and I cannot for the life of me pronounce it, so I've stopped trying. So this is 78 cards with a book. Like I said, I got it from Amazon. I am quite disappointed that it has got a scuff mark because this is a really solid box. See, with the original Rider Waite Smith deck, I had to chuck the box and put it in a bag because it was just paper thin and it was never going to last. But you've got the Fool on the front, you've got the Moon on the side, you've got the Magician, you've got the High Priestess. So they've picked quite four bold tarot cards to put in the front, and I like it. So inside we have a guidebook, which is quite nice because the original Rider Waite deck, I think it had some like little white book within it. So this has got quite a meaty, and it's colour, nice. And this is something that they've done with the Dark Mirror deck. They didn't just put it in English, they've done it in 5 different languages. So you might get a really short synopsis of the cards, but it's nice that it's quite inclusive to other countries. So I really do like that. So you've got a little introduction at the beginning. Then you've got how to read tarot, storytelling, fate, fortune, destiny, V's, hindsight, insight, foresight. Never seen that before. Questions, card meanings, shuffling and reversals, tarot structure. So they've even got in there, if you can see, the cups, wands, swords, pentacles, and what element they all fall under. I like that. They've got aces too, so they've got to give you the structure of each card. So that's really good that they've done that. Not a lot of tarot decks do that. So they've put like the prompts, so like freeze a birth, creativity, expansion. ACEs are beginnings, fresh starts, new ideas. Like, as you can all see in the ACEs cards, there is, you can always see like a spark of something new. You got 1 card spread, 3 card spreads, Celtic Cross, which I do tell people to start with, to have a structured spread. I don't use spreads, but it is handy for people starting out. And then you've got maybe 6 sentences, maybe less, on what each card means, and a reversal meaning as well. So, and then it will go into the minor arcana and finally go into different languages. That's quite a good book to come with a tarot deck, to be honest with you. Like, then you haven't had to buy a deck separately, buy a deck and a book. There's more meaty separately. I don't think you would probably need it for that. I've come to my arch nemesis again, the cellophane. So I'm going to just quickly take these off the camera so you're not that embarrassed for me. So you've got your like instruction card, and the backs are quite breathtaking. I like that. It is really flexible, but it doesn't feel flimsy. I'm going to riffle shuffle them at the end to see if they're going to, yeah, they look like they are going to take the shape of riffle shuffling. So maybe they won't get riffle shuffled too much. As you can see with my other deck, they start going bowing. And quite a lot of my decks have done that. Let's have a look. So there is a tiny little border at the bottom, obviously, to put the name of the cards. These are quite dark. They look quite light through the camera, but they are quite dark. I should have found the full just to give you a side-by-side. I've got the High Priestess here, so when we get to her cards, I'll do a side-by-side. But there he's on the edge, ready to start his journey with his dog and his, what would you call them? I always forget. It's like, I always remember when you was little and you'd see these cartoons and they'd wrap all their belongings in a blanket and just tie it to a stick. It's very cartoony for me. Got the Magician. This is, see, it looks really bright through the camera, but it's not this bright. It is quite dark. The High Priestess. Right, we didn't take long to get to her. Let's have a look side by side. So I have to agree, there is a slight colour difference in the she's quite blue, she's quite green. Looking at it through the camera and looking at it in real life, you can see an even bigger difference. I don't know if the border, I do like the borderless, I have to admit, so I'm going to have to do a few readings with them and get back to you. But there's like this scroll's yellow in this one, the scroll's white in this one, the moon's quite bright. Sorry, the moon's quite bright in this one, where it's quite dark in this one. There's a few differences that they've made that make the image pop a little bit more. And I don't know if it is the colours that are doing it or it is the borders. I'm not too sure. But then we've got the Empress, and these are pictures that we all know and love. I don't have to explain them to you. I'm sure you've seen these pictures a fair few times, whereas normally when I go through decks, I kind of look through the imagery. I can do it on a few of them, but I don't want to bore you and do it with all of them. I just know when I'm buying a new deck, the first thing that I do is come on YouTube and type in to see if anyone's unboxed it. You've got the Emperor, the Hierophant. I'm quite excited to see if anything jumps out that I've never noticed before. The Lovers. Now this is a beautiful card. This looks completely different to me, and it might not be. It might be because there isn't a border on it, but this looks completely different. I should have really gone through and put all of my other cards in order so I could do it at the same time and have side-by-side images, but I haven't. But she looks really different, the Angel. I've never really noticed her hair before. I'm going to have to find it. Oh. Like, I've never noticed her hair is orange and green before. I'm going to be very shocked if her hair is actually orange and green in the original Rider Waite deck, because why have I never noticed it? Maybe the borders do make a huge difference to notice in imagery, because I'm getting very autumn vibes from her hair, like leaves falling. So, do you know when people ask you what time of year do you think that's going to happen? Now, if I looked at that card, I'd go autumn, when the leaves start falling from the trees. Oh my God, it is. I've never noticed that before. Right, okay, borders make a difference. I've concluded. For me, they do anyway. Oh, we've got the Chariot. So even their faces stand out a bit more. I can't believe that the borders are that distracting and I've never noticed before. Strength, one of my favourite cards. The Hermit. It's very solemn and he's got his star inside. He's being guided by the stars. The Wheel of Fortune. This really pops because Wheel of Fortune is not one of my favourite cards, to be honest. It's quite simple, straightforward, to the point. Everything new coming in and cycles and good luck and all that jazz. And I've never found a deck that's really done it justice. It's always just been like this wheel. And I really think there could be more done with it. Maybe I'll create my own deck one day. Then we've got Justice with her balancing scales. Everything in life must have balance. The Hanged Man. Sometimes we have to look at things differently. And we've all got our own crosses to bear. Death. See, this pops a lot more for me in this card. He really stands out. Even like the sun, I've never noticed the sun, and I'm not even going to embarrass myself and go through my original deck because I bet it's there. Got Temperance. The Devil, oh, he really pops. I like him. And even the chains. Sometimes in decks you don't get to see the chains, and the chains for me are really big imagery in this card. You're chaining yourself, look how loose they are, you can take them off. It's a really big part of this card, and sometimes it's just not noticeable. Like their tails, sometimes they don't get noticed. Why have they got tails? What do you think? The Tower, one of my favourite cards. Everyone calls me crazy, but sometimes things have to go down to come back up again. Even arrows have to be pulled backwards to be moved forwards. Got the Star. You've got the Moon, and look how much he is popping. The Lobster is popping. And I'm sure them dogs normally fight with each other. I've got an image of them fighting with each other in my head. Maybe I don't know the pictures as well as that I think I do. Maybe it's just a reality check for me. The Sun. And I've never noticed the feather before. Maybe it's not on there, but I'm not going to embarrass myself once more. Again, like Judgment, this card is really, really popping for me, whereas before now, I don't think I've ever took any notice of her hair. Even the water, the people popping out. It's just, I feel like the original Rider Waite is very muted tones. It's very low key. It's very, I know these are different renditions of the deck, that the pictures might be a bit more vibrant, but these just really stand out. And I'm starting to think, okay, it is definitely the borders that are distracting me. Like, look at the colour of the shawl, no, not shawl, the scarf, material, whatever you want to call it, going around the world. I have never ever seen it look that purple before. Like the infinity signs really popping in these cards. Even like the animals really, really popping. Everything in these images is like, boom, there it is. Got Ace of Cups. Cup runneth over. Two of Cups. It's just, it really is standing out to me. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Look at that. Dark, gloomy. We know something's going down that isn't great. There is water, there is flow of life. But is he enjoying it? Something's coming his way, and we can tell that by the gloominess of it, and that really pops in this. Like, I've never noticed red here. It looks like blood's being spilled. I've never ever had that image in my head when I've looked at this card. I've never thought to myself, oh, there is blood coming out of them cups. Never. We have the Six of Cups, childhood memories, nostalgia. Seven of Cups, delusions, being sold a dream. The images are really popping in this as well. Normally, like, when I read this card, they all just kind of blend together, but now I can find myself looking at each one individually instead of just kind of merging the whole card as one. We have the Eight of Cups. Someone asked the other day on this tarot group what they think the moon looked like. What do you think the moon's saying? And I said, to be honest, he looks really, really judgmental. I've always looked at him and going, why are you judging him? He's walking away. Okay, he's got to do what's best for him. Stop being so judgmental. We have the Nine of Cups. And one of the best cards in the deck, the Ten of Cups. Even that, it's really popping. Really, really popping. I see one the other day and it had rainbow. And the cups were going through the rainbow. And I was like, that is a really nice touch. There's so many decks that I've been looking at lately that I need. Not want, need. We've got the Page of Cups. See, even this, now, his hat looks like a fish itself. It looks like a fish looking at a fish. And I've never noticed that. Never, ever, ever. Knight of Cups. Mr. Lover. Queen of Cups. I would recommend this deck already, I'm not even all the way through. King of Cups, floating on his water. What would you call that? Water throne? I want to say water throne. Ace of Pentacles. Look how much they've made this pop, like the earthly possessions, like the imagery for these are earthly matters. There might be a bit of bareness in the background, but here in this garden, everything's growing, everything's manifesting, that all the material possessions that you want are starting to grow. And that is what the Ace of Pentacles is for me. And that is so clear in that image. The Balancing Man, Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. See, in the original Rider Waite, and it's actually on top of my deck, haha. He looks like he's spying on what they're saying, to be honest. And we've got the red imagery here that shows wealth and power. The red bench that shows wealth and power. But in this image, I don't see that. I don't see the wealth and power. I see more of the teamwork side of this card in the Radiant Wise Spirit version. It just looks a little bit less us and them. I hope that made sense. Got the Four of Pentacles. Someone's holding on to their money. Five of Pentacles, which is quite a sad card, but I think it's quite romantic all at the same time. Sometimes all you need is each other. We've got the Six of Pentacles, being generous. Ooh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Surprised I even noticed going through it for the first time. It looks like a printing error. I'll have to research that, see if anyone else has had a problem. In the original Rider Waite, I'm sure this is the thing poking out in his pocket is red as well. Because at one point I had a discussion with another fellow tarot reader and we was discussing maybe this person here was once rich and then they've had a bit of a fall from grace. There was a few little bits in the image that made you think that they once had money. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Even look at this. See, in the original Rider Waite, this bush looks really, really healthy. Whereas in this one, it doesn't. You've got bits of brown. You've got bits of grass bit behind you that isn't really fruitful and bountiful. Whereas for this now, you need to nurture it. Not only do you need to wait, you actually need to put the grass in while you're waiting. You need to nurture this. This looks really green as well. I don't know if you can see it. Getting a few error, like printing errors on the pentacles, unless it's supposed to be like that. I don't see why it would be. 8 of Pentacles, honing your craft. 9 of Pentacles, Earth Mother. 10 of Pentacles, family stability. Oh look, there's another one. I wonder if it's just on the Pentacles and whether that is actual representation or if this is a printing error. There's one there as well that I just spotted through the camera. Be interested to know that if everyone got these or whether there is an error somewhere, or whether there is symbolism behind it. Got the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. She just always looks sad in this photo. This photo artwork, imagery, sorry. King of Pentacles. She looks quite, this character looks quite feminine in this version. Especially with all the imagery of the fruit, which would then symbolise to me birth, fertility, growth. I've never noticed that. Ace of Wands. 2 of Wands. Reminds me of the hymn. Got the whole world. 3 of Wands. Watch the ships roll in. I've got Notice Reading song in my head now. 4 of Wands. Celebration. Marriage. Very, very beautiful card. Nice one to come up when you do a spread or a reading. We've got more, right, so it's not just the pentacle thing, because I've got more green splodges here, there and everywhere. 5 of Wands, conflict. 6 of Wands, victory. 7 of Wands, stand your ground. Battles. 8 of Wands, everything's moving very fast now. This pace is pacing up in his Wands round suit, sorry. You've got a little bit of greenage going on. Greenage, that's not a word, sorry. 9 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Looks very burdened by that heavy load. Page of Wands. I like how he's looking up at it. I really do love that part of this image. He's looking up at the top going, what can I make of you? What can we do with this? Got the Knight of Wands. I like the imagery of the flames with his suit of armour. Fire. Got the Queen of Wands with her cat. She's looking very suspicious. She's got a very, very suspicious face, and she's like, what you doing? King of Wands. It's very leopard print, all this in this rendition. Ace of Swords. 2 of Swords. This is, I like this. We've got the light of the moon, saying options do bring lightness, but it's quite a dark image. It's like half and half, like light, dark. Where are we going? What are we doing? Oh, I like that. 3 of Wands. No, 3 of Swords, sorry. One of the most devastating ones to come up. 4 of Wands. Let's have some rest. 5 of Wands. You may have won the battle. Have you won the war? Was it worth it? 6 of Swords. Did I just say Wands again? Oh, I apologise if I did. I've got in my head that I actually did. I'm sorry. We're going on an adventure. 7 of Swords. Treachery, deceit, thief. 8 of Swords. Caging yourself in. Because I like in this, it really stands out that like she's standing on top of the world. It looks like very on top of the world. Obviously you have got the mountains in the back, so it might not be, but it's like a mix of earth and water. And the imagery of the swords where there's an opening is just so powerful. This is why I do tend to tell people to use this deck, not this exact deck, but this system to learn tarot in, because the images do give you so much information. Nine of Swords, anxiety, nightmares, restlessness. You've even got, if you look here, that looks like it's fighting, having nightmares. Ten of Swords, no one likes this card. When it comes up in a reading, everyone goes. I like the imagery of the blood with the draped material. Page of Swords. Never noticed that drape before. Knight of Swords. Very fast action, but looks quite worried in this. Even the horse looks like, are you sure you want to do this? I've never noticed that. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. I've got another splodge. What did I call it? Greeneridge. I've never noticed butterflies in his phone before. I feel like I'm looking at a whole new world. And we've obviously got I want to say printers. It's not printers. What is it? Manufacturers? No, it's not manufacturers either. It's really going to bug me, but I'll think about it later. Their Facebook card. Remember to take this out of the deck, people. And thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. Do I try and riffle shuffle them and risk them being bent? Okay, I'll do it. Might wobble the camera though. They look very weird from above. I would have liked them to be edged. Oh, do you know what? It would have been nice to have them edged in a colour. Whoa! Literally, my camera just fell at me. So sorry, people. That's what I have to do for now. Hopefully it doesn't fall and hit me in the face again. Right, I'm going to try and do this once because I really do not want to bend these cards. I feel like they're going to be ones that I use. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Right, they've held their shape. I'm like, phew. Yeah, let's pull out us a card to see what today's going to bring there. That was a nice ripple. God, they're really sliding. Because the cards looks, they're really glossy. So they're sliding all over the place. Did we just have a jump or did that jump back in? Okay, I think it jumped back in. I'll leave it. Right. Let's go. Oh, today's going to be a day of contemplation about money. And I know what it signifies for me. Reference just hurt his foot, so he's not going to be able to go to work this week. It looks like he's broken or sprained or badly sprained his ankle or tore something. So today's going to be about discussions about money and how to move forward and how to make our finances better. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of the week and you don't have the problems that I have after that lovely card coming out. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this deck though. So if you've been looking for a borderless Rider Waite Smith deck, this is the one for you. Let's put the box back in here just quickly for you. And I hope you have a lovely day. Love and light.